I'm going to give Tone the link whenever I can get it to work.
Still putting everything in Google Docs, right?
Yes, Jeff, there is the link to the Google form.
Yep, I got it. I got it.
The link.
Yep.
I'd be happy to resend it to everyone.
Do we have, do we know the first team? So we can go ahead and put that in the box.
First team is
everything in Google Docs, right?
Eva.ai. Yes, Jeff, there is the link to the Google form.
Yep, I got it. I got it.
Link. Yep. I'd be happy to resend it to everyone.
Do we have, do we know the first team? So we can go ahead and put that in the box.
First team is
everything in Google Docs, right?
Eva.ai. Yes, Jeff, there is the link to the Google form.
Okay.
I don't see that team listed in mine.
Is this the UPenn team? The UPenn team?
It's the UPenn team. Yep.
Yeah, it's in the drop down on mine. Anyway.
All right, hang on.
It's Viva.ai. It's Vinkash Mandapati.
UPenn. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Let me open up Chrome and get his video started to go. All righty. Okay, I'm going to admit everybody now. Uh-oh. Tone, would you go through and mute all the students? Hey, so welcome to the final round for the MidSouth Business Model Competition. My name's Rich Gentry. I'm co-director of the center. Joining me also as program director for the center, Mrs. Tong Meng. I'd like to congratulate all of you on making it through the preliminary round and into the final round. There is scholarships for everybody who participates in the final round, and we'll coordinate with your university to make those transfers. So congratulations, you get some money. And hopefully makes the day a little bit brighter. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the judges now. In first place for the judges, and he's only at the top of the list because he was like the first person to respond, is Mr. Jeff McManus. He's been with the university since 2000. He's director of landscaping services, as well as all airport operations at Ole Miss. He has his bachelor's degree in landscaping and ornamental horticulture from Auburn, which is an evil school bereft of character, but a good person nonetheless. He is also an International Society of Arboriculturalists certified arborist. He's a member of many professional organizations and served in leadership positions in various nonprofit organizations. The University of Mississippi recognized Mr. McManus as the most outstanding staff member in 2015-2016 school year. Ms. Sharon Nichols is the state director for the Small Business Development Center. She has an extensive background in change management, leadership development, process improvement, and HR. She's planned numerous conferences, workshops, and seminars, and she's been with the SBDC in Mississippi now for 2 years. Sharon, is that right? Mr. John Oxford, who we learned before you guys showed up, just published a book. He's an Amazon best-selling author, No More Next Time, Marketing in the Age of Distraction. He uses his well-honed skills in brand management as special senior vice president and director of marketing for Renaissance Bank, a bank with assets of approximately $13 billion, 2,500 employees, and more than 200 locations in the southeastern United States. Mr. Oxford is also the co-host of Marketing Money podcast, which is centered around financial, banking, marketing promotions, fintech, and related issues from politics and pop culture. He's been a friend to the center for many years, and we're super happy that he's come back now that he's reached the pinnacle of his career, having been a publisher. He also, he got his start here at Ole Miss, actually. He's taught business communication for us for a number of years. He's done okay. Mr. Nathan Lyons is the president of MidSouth Development. He's out of Nashville, Tennessee. He graduated from the University of Mississippi with a master's of accountancy. Following in his father's footsteps, Nathan and his twin brother Joel played for the Ole Miss baseball team, where he earned all conference honors and conference player of the year as pitcher. Nathan is founder of the MidSouth Development, which is a real estate investment firm in Nashville. And thank you very much for coming. Oh, and Mr. Bledsoe. And Mr. Ellis Bledsoe is principal owner of ECB Solutions. He's in Oxford, Mississippi. In 2017, Ellis became the principal owner of ECB Solutions, which specializes in business process consulting and project management. Along with his current role as principal owner of ECB, Ellis is also an adjunct instructor at the University of Mississippi School of Business, where he teaches operations management and process improvement. All right, so Tone, we're going to silence everyone's camera except for the judges. And we're going to put Mr. Mandapati, welcome back, and we're going to play his video for the audience, okay? Judges, you are co-hosts of the meeting, so when the meeting's over, or the video is over, you should be able to unmute yourself and make comments. Tone, go ahead and make Mr. Mandapati also a co-host so he can unmute himself. And I'm going to try to share a screen without having any mess ups.
Hi, my name is Venki Mandapati, and I'm the founder and CEO of Viva.ai, Smart Way to Learn. Now, let's take a look at the problem. There is a huge demand and lack of supply for AI skilled professionals worldwide to meet the current demand for all the employers. People around the world, it's very difficult for them to get started to learn AI because people are overwhelmed with so many resources that are available out there and don't know how to get started. And even for employers, it is key to reskill employees for latest technologies and trends. And we have seen 40 million plus people have lost their jobs in US in the past 6 months alone. Now, let's take a look at the initial version of our lean canvas. So from a problem standpoint, there is no dedicated platform to learn AI. And our solution is on-demand AI e-learning platform. Now, this is our first hypothesis. Users need a dedicated e-learning platform to learn AI. We have built a simple landing page and interviewed more than 50 students and professionals. And the test results showed that there is already great AI content that is already available, and users are using tools like Udemy, Coursera, etc. in order to learn these skills. However, the biggest thing that they are looking for is to learn any new skill is difficult. It's not just AI alone, and they don't know how to get started. Now, we have added getting started in learning any new skill as the new problem. Now, coming to the second hypothesis, assessments to learn any new skill is what users are looking for. Now, once we tested with our users, it is very evident that they would like to have assessments in order to learn their current skill level on any topic, which gives them personalized resources based upon their current skill level. In order to test this hypothesis, we built a simple survey where we asked users simple questions to understand where they stand. This is an example in order to learn AI. We simply ask them if they know how to code, if they are familiar with any examples of AI or just the AI topic. And we give them a simple percentage and resources that can help them to get going. And we added to our unique value proposition an AI-based assessment tool to know the current skill level and also which offers personalized recommendations. Now, our third hypothesis is assessments with 10 to 20 questions. But after testing with users, they would like to see a simple assessments that takes less than 5 minutes with just 6 to 8 questions because users have very low attention span. Now, this is our new prototype where you can come and take assessments on any topic that you would like to take. As you can see here, there are several topics that you can choose from. And let's say a user wants to test in data science. They can simply begin and select and answer questions in less than 5 minutes. This gives them their current level. and also personalized recommendations based upon what they already know. Now, our solution, we just added a simple browser plugin for taking assessments with 6 to 8 questions for users. Our next hypothesis is users are willing to pay to learn new skills. When we tested this, working professionals are willing to pay. However, students are looking for free resources to learn. So we added universities and employers as our customer segments. Instead of individual subscriptions, we wanted to make it a B2B platform. Now, with our customer discovery, this is where we currently stand. We are launching our free AI-based e-learning browser plugin, which takes less than 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes to complete assessments, which offers personalized resources. We have performed more than 120 customer discovery interviews for students, professionals, and employers. Coming to our competition, Viva.ai is a simple browser-based plugin that offers community and also personalized resources. This is our team, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
Okay, so we got about 5 minutes for Q&A, and I'll open up to the floor.
I'll ask a question. This may be outside of the deal, but I always ask this when I hear the other ones. How does this make money?
That's a great question, John. So one of our revenue streams is B2B. So we are offering the solution to universities and employers, make it easy for their users to actually take these assessments. So our revenue model is per user based. For example, if you're an employer, you can actually subscribe for your users and you're going to pay for user based.
So I guess if I'm getting this right, you're going to give a base for quick automated answers. So you're making a better Siri or a better Alexa. Is that what I'm guessing this as, sort of?
Exactly, John. So remember, if we wanted to learn any new skill, sorry about the background noise.
You're good.
So typically, like when we did the research, what typically users are doing, especially students or working professionals, in order to learn any new skill, the first thing that we do is we either go to Google or we either go to e-learning platforms. And what we noticed, especially after COVID, is there is this new era of a lot of people are going on to e-learning platforms. And one of the key pain points for all these people is we just realized there are 1.2 billion people who went to remote learning in the past 6 months alone. So that has spiked a lot of e-learning. And one of the key challenges for anybody who's learning on e-learning courses is there are hundreds of courses for each and every single topic. So that's where we come in. So if you just install a plugin and just answer some basic questions on that topic, that would actually help you analyze where you stand in that current skill level so that we could recommend what is the best course in those hundreds of courses so that you exactly know where and how to get started.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, that segues into a question I have is, you said that the assessment would determine where they were in that pipeline, topics or areas where they could go in, or what would be the best recommendations of learning. I did not see that. Did I overlook that? Or is what we're talking about right here is just the assessment?
Yes, Sharon, thanks for that question. So basically there is a feedback link that they would actually get an email where we would actually take some of the catalog courses from existing e-learning platforms and we would actually recommend those courses for them.
And then that goes back to the question on the revenue streams. That's not part of this issue. So the revenue streams that you're looking at in this topic is the B2B to help have your consultants do the assessments so that they can help.
Exactly. So if you look at it, it is a B2B model. And on top of it, one other revenue streams that we also want to test is the affiliate commissions from these e-learning platforms. Because as more and more users are going to take these courses, we can also get affiliate commissions from these e-learning platforms as well.
A good job with your presentation, Jeff McManus. Did you have any validation of anybody that you showed the project B2B that came to you and validated with with some kind of email or any type of follow-up?
Yes, Jeff. So there are a couple of employers. One is in Arkansas and one is here in Memphis that wanted to pilot our product once we release end of next month. So they wanted to test if this is a good solution for their employees to actually assess their skills on a given topic and also get recommendations on the courses that they would like to study to improve their skill set.
Any more questions? Yes, ma'am, Ms. Sharon. You're muted. Let me get you off there.
So one last question on your hypothesis and your validation. It's based on the assessment piece with people that are being assessed. Is that correct?
Could you just repeat that question, Sharon, if you don't mind?
So the validation that in the hypothesis is you're basically testing the assessment piece to see if it aligns with your hypothesis.
Yeah, so basically what we are trying to do, Sharon, is we are trying to build a model. Let's say, for example, a user takes this assessment and we would recommend this course. And we also want to measure the outcome of this user as well. So as more and more users take these assessments, that will help the model to understand how users are performing on a specific course, which also helps us to evaluate that specific skill. And this also helps the employers to actually see, hey, what are our employees are most interested to learn with the new technologies and trends? Because one thing that we are constantly seeing in the huge market and globally is there is always this constant change in technologies, and especially with the universities, with employers, it is a key challenge for all of them to keep at pace with all the technology and changes in the trends. So this gives them an ability and easy access to have those courses to help their employees to get reskilled as they move forward in a much more easier and effective manner.
Okay. Let me pause it there. Thank you, sir, very much for the awesome presentation. I'll give the judges just a minute to make some notes if they want, and then we'll get started on the next one.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, we caught up? All right, here we go with number 2.
Good afternoon. My name is Nestor Delgado, and I'm the CEO of Rotor Drone Solutions. This idea would be among the first service provider in the nation to offer complex solutions from 400 feet from a soon-to-be law school graduate and Part 107 certified FAA drone pilot. A brief introduction to the Rotor family. I am a current third-year law student at the University of Mississippi School of Law from Pascagoula, Mississippi, with a concentration in air and space law, specifically drone law. I've worked with Professor Michelle Hanlon at the Center for Air and Space Law to work on the first issue of law review articles directly related to law and policy decisions regarding the integration of unmanned aircraft into the national airspace. My CFO, Johnny Douglas, graduated from Mississippi State University with a degree in finance and is working toward a dual JD MBA degree. Johnny will be in charge of the day-to-day financial operations of the business. My CTO, Daniel Blackburn, is a current Master's of Structural Engineering student at the University of Washington. Daniel will be in charge of data analysis and any potential software development. Rotor will serve the nation as a one-stop drone shop for end users that require the need for drones in their day-to-day operations. Our identified problem in the maritime industry is threefold. There are currently high prices for labor-intensive projects, maritime companies are facing short deadlines with long delays, and maritime companies are utilizing outdated technology for completing daily tasks and missions. The solutions that Rotor provides are also threefold: cost savings, time savings, and a tremendous technological upgrade. By utilizing drones to complete inspections of vessels, riverbeds, and other coastal areas, end users such as the Mississippi Department of Natural Resources, Ingalls Shipbuilding, and the Port of Gulfport would be able to complete complex maritime projects in a fraction of the time, at a fraction of the cost. Thus far, we have identified a number of drone-related service providers that provide either consulting, inspection, software solutions, or legal solutions. However, there has not been a company to date that has been able to provide all four. At Rotor, we would like to fill this void. Having a diverse team with unique skill sets, we would be able to provide our clients with assistance for drone-related needs from the moment of inception of their drone department to the time that the rules and regulations that would affect their daily drone operations, which would require fast but safe adaptation to the regulatory environment. Thus far, using the Emergent Intellect platform, we identified a number of drone service providers that have collected millions in annual sales in 2018. The two examples provided in this slide are just a few of the many we found. Utilizing data from Market and Markets.com, estimates show that from 2019 to 2025, the drone service provider market will grow from $4.4 billion US dollars to $63.6 billion US dollars at a compound annual growth rate of 55.9%. It is important to point out that these estimates were provided prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, as there are a number of drone solutions that have been utilized more aggressively in this time of social distancing. The Rotor team is convinced that these estimates will be much higher than predicted pre-COVID. Our business model is a simple three-step process. First, our team of FAA-certified Part 107 drone pilots would identify potential end users in the agricultural, construction, energy, and maritime industries, who would then provide a number of inspection services using top-of-the-line drone technology. Second, following successful inspection services, our team of bar-licensed attorneys would guide the end users to create their own drone division within their own company. Our attorney would assist in filing specialized, client-specific waivers for our clients to be able to complete missions at night, over people, and beyond the visual line of sight. Third and finally, the team at Rotor would stand with our clients side by side as they navigate the complex and evolving web of state and federal rules and regulations regarding the operation of unmanned aircraft in the national airspace. This step is the most important and critical in ensuring that our clients receive the quality, successful results that they deserve. In our research and development department, the Rotor team has identified one particular industry that has not utilized drones, yet would benefit the most from the integration of drone technology: underwater welding. Underwater welders provide a critical service for the maritime industry, the inspection and repair of vessels and structures for a number of maritime companies, such as Ingalls Shipbuilding and the Port of Pascagoula. Two facts in particular would support the idea that the services of underwater welders need to be provided remotely by a drone that is capable of operating underwater. First, underwater welders have a death rate that is 40 times higher than the national average. Second, underwater welders have an average life expectancy of 10 to 15 years in the business. Creating a remotely operated underwater vehicle that is capable of inspecting and repairing vessels and structures would maintain a labor force by transitioning the underwater welder to become an FAA Part 107 certified pilot and provide the same quality service in a much more safe and efficient manner. Rotor's grand solution is called the Welder, which is an all-encompassing underwater drone capable of completing the same dangerous task of an underwater welder. The features that make the Welder stand out would be a 4K camera with a first-person view and live recording capabilities, multiple attachments to gimbals, such as cutters and fitters, to complete tasks such as welding anodes on a vessel, to maintain structural integrity, and an operating system that allows the pilot in command to take audio notes while remotely operating and visualizing the status or defects of the vessel or underwater structure. While this is a rough rendering, Rotor envisions a world where the welder would remove the underwater welder out of the water into a safer environment where they can have the same satisfaction of the job well done were they to be physically in the water. Rotor is an ambitious project that we hope you see the value in as much as we do. Our model is data-driven and cost-effective, and we hope that you can take a leap of faith in making Rotor one of the top drone solution providers in the nation. Thank you.
All righty, so we got about 5 minutes for Q&A, and I'll open it up to the floor.
I have a question here.
Sure.
So the last couple, the last topic, of course, was the underwater drone.
Sure.
And so, just to be clear, is that what you're proposing, or are you also doing the traditional drones that we see?
Right. So we'll absolutely still do traditional drone solutions. The welder that was provided at in the second to last slide is our vision for what we would like to provide as a product in the future. Our business model at the moment is the 3-step process that was mentioned in the slideshow: the inspect, represent, and consult. We just wanted to provide a vision of what we foresee the future of drone solutions being, and hopefully becoming a successful drone solution provider in the beginning, that down the line we can create that product for the American market.
And so currently there's no product at all that has a capability underwater cameras for this type of work.
Not specifically for this type of work, no. There are a few products that are capable of doing reef inspections and like riverbed inspections. However, specifically for the underwater welding profession, no, there's not.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Did you have any interaction with any shipping companies or any potential customers? Did you have any talks or anything with them as potential customers?
So, admittedly, in the maritime industry, no, a lot of our research was just looking at the data provided through the different platforms, such as Merchant Intellect and the market studies, things like that. We do plan on reaching out to these companies soon. We are just currently in the phase of trying to build capital, and as the process goes on, we would definitely like to have those conversations to solidify our model, our plan, and provide that concise service.
So are you wanting to build that model that you showed? Are you wanting to build the actual drone? Or are there already drones out there?
Down the line, yes. That is, like I said, that is our vision of what we would like to build at some point in the future. Initially, we are going to adhere to that 3-step business, that process, the providing inspection services, acting as attorneys for our end users, so that if they would like to create their own drone department, we can stand side by side with them and help them navigate the rules and regulations promulgated by the FAA in developing safety protocols and filing any type of waivers that they would specifically need for their business.
So at this point, it's a consulting thing, and then you're looking into hardware and software down the line. Is that the way I understand it?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
When you say in the future, I mean, can you kind of define that? Is that 3 years from now, 8 years from now?
Based upon just at the rate that drone technology is going and the utilization of the different types of sensors and materials that we would need, realistically, my CTO has identified that 5 to 8 years from now would be a realistic timeline.
One more?
Hey, with the underwater drone, have you identified other users that could become a vast market for you other than underwater welding?
Sure. I mean, to be quite honest, I believe the Coast Guard would also be able to utilize these types of drones, these underwater drones, when it comes to, say, search and rescue operations. Just with the technology that would be provided on the underwater drone, the gimbals that would be attached to provide the welding services. I mean, that is just one option of what would be available for the technology. In addition, NOAA would be able to do it for riverbed and coastal mapping. Oil rigs, a lot of them are starting to utilize aerial drones for the physical rig inspection. We personally believe that oil rig companies would also benefit from utilizing underwater drones to inspect the rig below the water surface. So yes, there are a vast number of opportunities for this technology to be utilized, not just with vessel inspection. So.
All right, let me stop it there. Thank you, Mr. Delgado. I'll give the judges a couple minutes to fill out the forms and make some notes. And, very appreciate it. Good job. All right, so we're going to start on.
Hi, my name is Scott, and I'm here with Sienna and Claire, and we are One Touch Formula, the perfect bottle, every time.
Babies take time. They take effort, care, and the caretaker's full attention. So often, parents spend mass amounts of time in a day making a bottle for their newborn when they could instead be caring for them in the important and hectic moments of life. They don't have time to worry if the bottle was made right by the babysitter, the grandparent, or a friend when they're juggling a work phone call, their other toddler, and getting the laundry done. They just need the bottle immediately, without flaw.
Towards the beginning of our ideation creation, we sought to create a product that moms could enjoy. We sought to appeal to the new mother customer segment, but wanted to have features and advantages that every mother could love. As we moved farther into the process, we began to realize that many moms are breastfeeders and supplement with formula or already have solutions in mind or at work. Newer expecting moms have shown interest in the product with a heavy emphasis for mothers with multiple kids. Building upon an existing network of moms with multiple kids, we began to realize that our customer segment needed to expand to new sectors. As we performed our third level of interviews, we began to realize that we have a large market with non-traditional caregivers. People like the single father who runs his own business, or the grandmother who watches her 2 grandchildren regularly. We believe that our product is preferred for those guardians who take care of young kids on an irregular basis. those that do not have time for a perfect routine, who do not do this on the daily, people who need to save the headache and gain back those moments with their grandkids or kids.
What's different than our competitors is that we know what parents need based on hearing what they want. Less stress, less time-consuming technology, and products that won't neglect the baby of the proper nutrients. One Touch is created by becoming a bottle maker parents and caregivers are already familiar with. If you have a Keurig, can't your greatest joy in life get one too? This is how One Touch is created. After looking at the competitors, such as the Baby Brezza, we saw that the amount of time there was spent on clogging, cleaning, and waiting for the bottle to cool. One Touch desired to one-up the Brezza with a self-cleaning system, but after many interviews, we found parents do not want to spend more time on cleaning yet another baby product. So we pivoted. We improved, and we came up with a solution that is not only better than the Brezza, it's the idea that you can pop in a pod prepared with the formula of your choice into the machine that has prepped and filtered water to the temperature setting of your choice as well, making and mixing the bottle so your only job is to push a button. It's as simple as pressing start for your K-Cup coffee and making your bottle in the same amount of time. There's never an issue of clogging or cleaning because the tempered water moves through the pod and then is disposed of after use.
One Touch will be sold through multiple platforms, including Walmart, Amazon, and our own One Touch website. This will allow us to reach a variety of consumers that prefer to shop online or in stores.
For our clients, One Touch will be a one-time purchase for the machine at around $200, and this will give parents or guardians access to our network of popular formula brands such as Enfamil and Similac. We will offer an additional subscription service to monthly or weekly deliveries of the customer's choice of popular formulas. Other revenues will include reusable fill-it-yourself formula pods. Our cost structure is as follows. The expenses attached to the One Touch machine are a cost of goods sold of around $90. The prices of formula pods will vary depending on agreements and contracts with other popular formula brands.
When it comes to the key metrics of the company, our main metric will be consumer retention and acquisition. This will also include how many people switch from Baby Brezza to One Touch. Seeing consumers switch from our competitor to One Touch will be a vital sign that there is a problem with the current solution and a need for this product. One unfair advantage that our product has is the actual pod that holds the formula. Our formula pod will be shaped like a cone. This will allow all of the formula inside the pod to be dispensed into the bottle. Worrying that your baby is not getting the correct nutrients will not be an issue. One Touch formula will take away the hassle from the parent or guardian, allowing them to spend time doing other tasks or simply spending time with the ones they love the most.
All right. So, open for questions for 5 minutes.
Do you have a prototype for this, or is this just an idea at this point? And you might have said that, and maybe I just missed it. But you did a good job laying out the problem and cost and where it's going. I'm just wondering, is this a rocket ship to Mars, or is this something that's really could happen? No.
Hi, sorry about that. We actually do have a prototype currently. My teammate actually has pictures of it that she will upload if possible. And then we are currently in the process, actually right now, there's a couple hours left of our 3D print model, which is being built currently.
Yeah, because, hearing students pitching these competitions probably with Rich and Clay in the group for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years now, I find hardware mock-ups and products to be way more complicated than software and intellectual property. So kudos for y'all if you can create it. I mean, people have to create new things all the time, but that would be my thing is hardware is way expensive and way over, figuring out how to produce it. would you make it in America? Would you make it overseas? Do you have any type of production plans? Because this is more than just popping an app on in the app store, or going to a developer. This is like a real thing, if you get what I'm saying, versus a digital economy piece.
Right. Yeah. So we have actually looked at all the parts for the product specifically, and some will be imported from China, and then some will be made here in the US. And then I've spoken with 5 engineers who believe this product, based on all the costs of each individual piece, would cost around $90 to make.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Did you talk with Amazon or Walmart, or was it mostly interaction with B2C individuals? Did you go to B2B at all?
We actually have not yet. We've just talked to the consumer themselves, but our next plan is to go to the businesses as well.
You mentioned the cost would be around $90 to produce a unit, and then you're going to sell it, or Walmart would sell it for 200 retail. Is that right?
Yeah, so around $200. We've talked to a lot of moms and caretakers as well, who the competitor is between $200 to $270, and we found that the higher price actually makes them trust the product more, so they are willing to pay for that price of $200.
I've got 2 small children, so I can I understand that if a mom finds something that she thinks is safe, of course, and saves time, sometimes the cost doesn't really matter to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were pretty much all on board.
Yeah.
So this is Sharon. So your value proposition in, I guess the question goes back to me. I'm concerned about the pods. Who will be developing the pods? Is that you as well, or are these other people that make the breast, the formula, maybe do?
Yeah, so we'll be actually producing the pods ourselves, and they will be the cone shape, and so that will allow all of the formula to be dispensed into the bottle.
Yeah, and we will also, our plan is to get contracts with people like Infamil and Similac, so the most trusted brands of formula, and so that we're able to work with brands that moms or parents or caretakers already trust.
Have you looked at a Keurig, and is there a way to retrofit a Keurig that's already produced? I mean, have you looked at all at that?
Yeah, so basically right now it's basically the Keurig for babies. So parents get a Keurig and the baby gets one too. Basically the only difference is everything in our One Touch formula product will be food grade approved, safe for babies. We will not be using plastic for the cups as you would for a little coffee maker, just because we don't believe that moms would trust that as much. And that's our main goal, is to gain their trust and their confidence. So we're working on right now of what type we should use for the pod.
One more. All right. So thanks very much, ladies. And we'll give the judges a couple minutes to fill in forms and write down some notes. Appreciate it. All right.
Hi everyone, my name is Bria Givens and I'm super excited to share with you Frumi, a mobile application for students to find roommates, housing, and subleases for their college town. My story starts when I transferred to Ole Miss from an out-of-state college in 2019. After unsuccessfully searching for a roommate to live off campus with, I had to resort to random rooming organized by the apartment complex I signed my lease with. After going through this process, I could not believe there were not more resources to help students find roommates and housing. And after speaking to many of my peers, I discovered they also shared the same experiences. For many students, going off to college is the first time they're really off on their own and are faced with the challenge of finding roommates and housing. This leads us to our problem. Students have trouble finding compatible roommates, finding the best place to live off campus with all of their housing needs, or finding a sublet to take over their lease. This is one of the major problems faced by college students every single year. But I also knew that housing communities face the problems of losing revenue due to unfilled units, marketing to students, and communicating with students. So I reached out to leasing managers of student housing complexes in both Oxford, Mississippi and Austin, Texas to see how we could work together to solve these issues for both students and landlords. One of the leasing managers I spoke to in Austin reported 40 unfilled units for his complex per year, resulting in approximately $500,000 in lost revenue annually. The customer segments are going to be university students, housing complexes, and individual landlords for that specific college town. The solution I constructed with the help of leasing managers and students is a mobile application that allows students to view both roommates for on and off campus for their specific university, as well as off-campus housing options. For the roommate section, both incoming and current students can create a profile with their lifestyle habits and interests, and they also have the option to link their Instagram account to their profile. They can filter and swipe through the other profiles and message another student in the app if they are interested in rooming with them. For the housing section, students can view all the housing options for their college town and have the ability to post a sublease they need filled. They can also message or call a complex or landlord if they need more information or want to schedule a tour. As for landlords, they will log in through our landlord portal in the app to manage their listings. Landlords can edit their listings in real time, post their current signing deals, instantly chat with students, as well as view their listing analytics. All of these features were compiled together after I spoke to the leasing managers on features they would like to see in the app. The unique value proposition is that this app is exclusively for students, as you must have an EDU email address to sign in. And unlike our competitors Apartments.com, College Rentals, and RoomSurf, Frumi offers both roommate and housing search options. Students also have the ability to instantly message each other in housing complexes in the app. And lastly, both students and landlords have the ability to synchronize their social media accounts to their profiles. The unfair advantage is that I am a college student who has been through the roommate and housing search process recently, and I'm building this for individuals in my shoes who are facing the same problems. I know the exact problems that college students face and the solutions they require because I have dealt with them myself. The channels are going to be advertising at university orientations, social media marketing, and campus brand ambassadors at each university to get the word out. The key metrics are going to be how many users are messaging each other in housing complexes in the app, the landlord analytics such as how many profile views they are getting, and how many students are finding housing through the app and signing a lease listing Frumi as their referral source. The cost structure is going to include the fees for application development, software upkeep such as monthly service and update fees, marketing materials, and the student refund proportion of the business model. The way that Frumi is going to make money is going to be based on a pay-per-move-in business model. Apartment complexes sign up to be on the app risk-free. They only pay a 3% commission fee of the total lease value to Frumi if a student finds a lease at their complex through the app. I originally thought of a yearly fee for the complexes to be listed. However, I pivoted to a risk-free commission model to entice the complexes to sign up for free. For example, if a student finds a lease through the app that is $600 per month for a 12-month lease, the total lease value would be $7,200. Frumi then invoices the complex at the end of the month for 3% of this value, which is equivalent to $216. The student is then refunded 25% of this commission, leaving the student with a $54 refund and Frumi with a $162 profit. The student refund is an incentive for students to find housing through the app. If 500 leases are found through the app at a university with an average rent of $600 per month, this would be $81,000 of yearly income for Frumi for that single university. There is also plenty of potential for partnerships with real estate companies to link their property management systems and insurance companies to offer deals and renters insurance to students through the app. Overall, I want Frumi to start off as an app available at every major college campus nationwide. I want to make the process for students to find roommates, housing, and subleases much easier and safer. With this technology, both students and landlords will benefit from each other and make their lives just a little bit easier. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and thank you for watching.
All right, Ms. Gibbons, you should be able to unmute yourself. So we've got 5 minutes for Q&A for the group.
Good presentation. You mentioned that you pivoted from a yearly to a percentage. What triggered that pivot?
So I was speaking to leasing managers, and I figured out that when you have a flat fee for them to sign up, so for example, I originally thought, maybe $10,000 a year for them to be listed, they're less likely to sign up because they're paying money and they're getting nothing guaranteed in return. So with this commission business model, it's risk-free. They get to sign up completely for free, and they only pay us if people are finding a lease through the app and actually signing it.
A couple of questions. One is, will you have reviews of the properties as well as where you can stay within the app? Because I think that would be another thing to do. And then secondly is, did you price for liability? As in, I get a bad roommate and they end up doing something crazy and then I blame it on you for it. So do you have liability pricing in there as well?
I currently do not have the review part. That's definitely something I can explore adding in. The only issue is that people are more likely to leave negative reviews opposed to positive ones. As if you go to Google, you see all these negative reviews for apartment complexes, and then they end up doing promos. They'll give out gift cards to make you write a positive one. So they tend to be pretty inaccurate. As for the liability one, that is something I have not explored yet, but that's definitely a very good point to bring up.
You said that you've spoken to some landlords. Have you had a prototype, especially when you said you talked to some complex in Austin? Was it Austin? And you actually do a bit of a prototype to make the matching work?
Yeah, so I actually had those wireframes designed, and I designed them after sending out a survey asking what features they would like to see in the app. And all of the ones I spoke to, they said they want their social media accounts to be able to be synchronized in the app, as well as instant messaging and being able to update their listings in real time. So those wireframes that you see right there were all the features that they had expressed to me that they would like to see.
And you had spoke about the wireframes that the landlords and the complex had. Did you get anything in regards to for the student?
Yeah, so for the student part, it's they can actually go in and also link their social media accounts. And then there's also lifestyle questions. So do they like to stay up late? Are they waking up early? Because that's another really big thing. Some people have early schedules versus late schedules, and the way the university would do random rooming, they might leave that part out. So there's a lot of things that are being left out that students would like to see in there.
How did you validate that?
I showed the prototype to students at the University of Mississippi that I attend school with.
Is the idea to run this yourself, or do you want to sell it? I mean, this is a bad example. I could see a Craigslist or a Facebook wanting to buy this and add it as a piece of their portfolio, or even like a real estate company or somebody who runs that, or one of your competitors, because the idea is there. You did show two clear problems where it would give you an advantage. having both the leasee and the leaseor, and then create a dating app for roommates, basically. So what, what's the long-term goal of this?
Well, I would like to run it myself, definitely for a few years, get the valuation up, and yeah, that would be like one of my main goals, to definitely sell it, maybe to apartments.com or something like that down the line. That would be great.
What kind of cost do you feel what kind of funds or capital do you think you need to launch this in the right way?
So this can be actually completely bootstrapped, because I'm going the freelancer route with getting it coded. It's actually going to cost around $5,000 to get it coded with back-end development. And then the monthly server fees are going to be around $1,000 a month, and that's a little high. I don't want to underestimate those costs. And then the rest of my funds I'm going to use for marketing.
Do you envision, I know it's students only, but do you ever see this app getting to where it's for anyone?
I think eventually down the line, we could add another section that would be for everyone. But for right now, I would definitely like to see it just for students.
More? All right. Hey, Ms. Gibbons, thanks very much. We'll give the judges a couple minutes to fill in their notes. Appreciate it. Okay. All righty. Number 5.
Hi, my name is Tyler, and together with my 2 teammates, Hannah and Macy, we are launching a company called Baby Bundle Clothing, which I am thrilled to share with you today. When my beautiful daughter was born in March of last year, I came to the realization that no matter how much you prepare for life, there's always more to learn. In this case, it was how fast my daughter would grow in the first year of life, and everything that came along with that. My little bundle of joy was no longer sleeping in her crib, but now crawling throughout the whole house, causing a ruckus. As she grew, it seemed inches a day, so did her closet. I never realized how many clothes a child could go through until I had my own. And top of the sheer amount of clothing required was the price tag on that clothing. I was astonished by the prices of outfits while shopping for my daughter. Before I knew it, my wallet was empty as we dressed her every day. It was an endless cycle of buying clothes as she outgrew the old ones. By the end of her first year, we were left with baskets full of old clothes that we didn't know what to do with. We felt like they had to be worth something as we just spent all this money on them, but we didn't know what to do. Do we donate them? Do we keep them? Can we sell them? There wasn't an easy option, and our team hypothesized that I wasn't the only parent facing these problems. Through a series of 30 interviews with moms who have young children, our hypothesis was validated, and we were able to pinpoint the heart of the issue. Our problem can be broken down into 3 issues, with the first being the difficulty of keeping your child's closet stocked when they grow so fast. No matter where or how you are getting clothes for your child, it is difficult to keep them clothed when they shift sizes every 3 months, if not faster. The second issue that our moms validated is that new clothing is expensive for baby and toddlers. Whether moms are buying from stores like Carter's and Old Navy or Target and Walmart, the prices of new clothes add up. The last issue that our moms validated was the difficulty of benefiting from old clothes your child outgrows. There is no easy way to profit from their old clothes without putting in a good amount of effort. The only easy option for parents is to donate or pass along to others, missing out on any benefit that could be gained from the clothes' worth. We originally hypothesized that the issue of sizing was a pain point for moms. However, as moms reviewed the issue during the problem interviews, we discovered that we had overestimated their discontent. We decided that it was best to pivot away from the sizing issue as we realized the complexity and what would be required in conquering a redesign of the sizing system. We wanted to solve this problem for new moms and moms already facing these issues. So our consumer is based around the moms who are open to money-saving or easier shopping alternatives. Our research shows that 66% of consumers would consider any secondhand option when buying clothes, and our 30 moms agreed during interviews. We took all this information and decided that it was time for someone to create a solution. So we introduced Baby Bundle Clothing, a company dedicated to providing a sustainable clothing option to moms and their children at an affordable price. We offer a seasonal subscription box that contains a variety of secondhand clothes. Every box is themed for the season, and all our clothes are cleaned and inspected to ensure that our moms can put the best quality clothes on their children. We currently offer 3 different subscriptions at 3 different price points for our seasonal boxes, providing options to moms at all budget levels. Our Essentials box is great for moms looking for just the basics, providing 4 full outfits and a pair of shoes. Our Standard box is perfect for fully stocking their child's closets each season, with 5 outfits, a jacket or hoodie, and a pair of shoes. Lastly, we offer a Premium box for our moms looking for a little more, providing 6 full outfits, 2 jackets or hoodies, and a pair of shoes. At the end of each season, moms have the opportunity to return the clothes back to us for a discount off their next box, helping to reduce their costs and clutter in the house while restocking our inventory. We just designed our first MVP to give moms a preview of our seasonal boxes. We presented a standard box to 15 moms in our customer segment, and 100% of those moms agreed that the box appealed to them and that they would be interested in the product in the future. Lastly, Baby Bundle provides the opportunity for moms to donate their child's old clothing in exchange for a 20% off coupon on their next box, along with Baby Bundle's pledge to donate a portion of our profits to a reputable charity. This benefits the mom and provides an added way to expand our secondhand inventory of clothes. Whatever clothes do not make it through our cleaning and inspection process will be resold, upsold, and recycled through our partners to ensure sustainable and safe disposal. Our unique value proposition states that Baby Bundle brings clean, affordable, secondhand baby clothing straight to your doorstep. We believe that moms deserve to dress their children in quality clothing at an affordable price, and that Baby Bundle Clothing is the answer. Our unfair advantage comes from our sourcing of secondhand baby clothes. Through our vast network of churches, schools, and parent groups, we will host clothing drives, creating a steady inflow of clothing to keep our inventory stocked. Just like our online donations, every donor will receive a 20% off coupon for the next purchase, along with Baby Bundle's pledge to give forward through a donation of our profits. Now I'll pass off to my teammate Hannah to talk about our next steps.
We will run our business through our website with desktop and mobile capability that gives the customers the ability to choose from 3 subscription options and more information on Baby Bundle. Our key metrics will measure our success through our profit margins from the sale of our seasonal subscription boxes. Customer engagement and activity on our website and social media accounts will be measured by our click-through rates, site visits, and email signups. And lastly, through our media presence confirmed by the followers, likes, and comments we get on our Instagram account. Our costs will be seen in 3 different sections. 1, our warehouse costs as we begin by working on bringing in and sending out all clothing and subscription boxes from one location within the U.S. 2, cleaning costs. This will include the washers, dryers, steamers, as well as the cost of having employees who will be within the cleaning department. And lastly, our shipping cost. Our revenue stream will be the profit that comes from our seasonal boxes from the customers. Currently, the cost of the boxes ranges from $40 with our Essentials box to $50 for our Standard box, and lastly to $60 with our Premium box, each coming with their own assortment of clothing and seasonal piece.
Join us as we bring clean, affordable secondhand baby clothing straight to your doorstep.
All right. There we go. I'm trying to add the students back in quick.
Are we live here, Rich?
Yes, sir. I was trying to get their names in.
Yes. I'm sorry if I was laughing. I felt like we all went through puberty with the voice changes in the presentation there. But anyway, good job. Couple questions. I work for a bank, so I always ask the mean banker questions. I do get concerned when people are pitching ideas and they already have a discount for stuff pitched into the pitch, if that, to repeat myself. So I would warn against that before you even have a profit, already talking about giving away profit. I know there's incentive for customers, but when you don't have money yet and you're already planning on giving it away, I know it feels good and sounds good, but there is nothing wrong with a profit, especially if you're a startup. So I would coach on maybe holding that back as a teaser once you have a viable deal in the workplace. The idea is good. Boxes and stuff, subscription boxes have been around for a few years now, so that's very viable. I guess my question was just the advice, and the second one is, was this planned before the pandemic? Because I could see a little worry in, I've got a box of clothes showing up. I know people get Amazon stuff, but that tends to be new. So has there been protections in place? How would you guarantee that I don't have some type of virus being delivered to my house from another household? I know that's alarmist, but I think it's a viable concern in where we are today in America.
Yeah, we designed this idea during the pandemic, and we did think of that, and that was our hope was through our cleaning and inspection process, we can kind of safeguard the families and moms from any sort of risk. And so we really plan on, as far as our products in the box, is they will be cleaned and free of any contamination. As far as the shipping goes, it's kind of out of our control as far as what happens in transit.
And I don't know if you guys watched the other ones. I mentioned it too. I would make sure you had some type of liability insurance built in for your product. I mean, who knows, lice, whatever kids have, it somehow misses the cleaning process. Again, evil banker over here. We see that too, because we have to manage risk with every project we do. So good job. I appreciate the time.
Yeah. And I'll add too on that I would try not to guarantee anything as far as other than say that they're washed, of course, but in no way guarantee that it's free and clear of the virus or lice or any of that. Try to avoid providing any type of guarantee. My guess is certain customers are going to also ask you, well, what did you clean it with? I know there's all different kinds of baby detergent. And so have you thought through that process? I mean, is it regular Tide, or are you going to use, I think it's Neft? I can't even remember, but I know there's some baby detergents out there. Any thoughts there?
Yeah, when it comes to our cleaning, we want to make sure that we're using everything's hyperallergenic. That's not going to irritate baby skin. So like a product like Def would be really great for this. We haven't actually nailed down a product to use in the future, but we would want to make sure we are using that. So to make sure there's no liability on our end as far as we're going to give a child hives or anything like that. That would kind of worry moms.
Quick question. I've seen this work at a local level really, really well, where volunteers are used. I've not seen this done nationally. You're talking about warehousing, bringing in machinery. What kind of cost was that going to have to your business, that initial capital upstart to get started?
So far, we have not got to that far in our projections as far as our cost model goes. We know we will have those costs as far as warehouse fees and all our employees and cleaning, but we haven't, as of right now, we don't have a percentage number on what that would be as far as affecting our profit margins.
Did you sounded like you interacted with some moms and so forth on this. About how many were you in your sampling when you talked to them about this?
Yeah, so we initially interviewed 30 moms as far as just clarifying our problem and validating what is the problem. And then once we had our MVP in our demo box, we took that box to another 15 moms to kind of make sure we're on the right track and that this does appeal to them.
All righty. So judges, give you a couple minutes to mark your notes, and thank you very much, y'all. Appreciate it. Okay. All right. So the last pitch of the afternoon will be swing golf service from John Brown University.
My name is Kip Rowland. I love golf, and a few years ago, I got professionally fitted for a new set of clubs at a PGA tournament. The clubs worked great, but as it developed, my swing changed and I didn't know how to upgrade my clubs given the current solutions. I wanted a better way to choose new clubs, so I knew I couldn't be alone in this problem. We dived into the problem, and after thorough interviews, we found that golfers have had a similar problem. We found 4 main problems that stood out. It's too expensive to try new golf clubs. Buyer's remorse is very common after a golf club purchase. Using real swing data to make club suggestions is not as common as it should be. And all golfers desire real course experience before buying a golf club. The truth is, it is very difficult for golfers to get real course experience with a club before buying them. Country club members may have this privilege, but generally only with a sponsored brand at the club. Golfers without a country club membership will be limited to inside hitting on a mat and into a net, or if they're lucky, a driving range. The current solution to combat this includes demo days, getting fitted at a golf shop, dollar driver club, and services like U-Try. From our market research, we found that golfers still didn't feel like they had the perfect solution. They did not like the sales reps influencing their decisions, the fees associated with U-Try and dollar driver club, or the lack of course experience involved in the golf shop experience. Nearly all golfers interviewed, regardless of how they chose their clubs, have felt some sense of buyer's remorse after making the big purchase. Choosing golf clubs to purchase should not be such an exhausting and unfulfilling experience. We set out to fix this for the entirety of the golf industry, meaning our customer segment includes golfers of any ability, from casual golfers all the way up to the professional ability. We are looking to revolutionize the golf club shopping experience to ensure that every golfer is happy with their next club purchase.
We set out to create a subscription service that integrated our customers' swing tracker data to give incredible club suggestions, catered specifically to the golfer. But we found that swing trackers were not as common for individual golfers as we had originally thought. We tweaked this part of our solution and decided to give our customers the opportunity to trial swing trackers that we can use to collect data and then give our incredible club suggestions. This idea set very well with our market, and further research showed that customers were interested in trialing swing aids as well as clubs. So we added swing aids and golf training aids to our inventory, along with clubs and swing trackers. By offering swing trackers, clubs, training aids, and professional suggestions based off of our customer swing data, we are able to offer our customers a completely revolutionized purchasing experience. Our unique value proposition states, Swing Golf Service brings professionally fitted clubs, training aids, and swing trackers to golfers of any ability at a low price with convenient and unlimited options. Our unfair advantage is this: the ability to try out golf clubs, risk and pressure-free, in a real course experience at a fixed rate. We will sell subscriptions and operate our platform through our mobile app and an online website. Through these channels, customers will be able to choose their swing tracker, clubs, or training aids to trial. They will have their account easily accessible and will be able to view their data and club suggestions very easily. Customers will also be able to purchase their favorite club through these channels at a discounted rate. We plan to acquire new customers through other channels like professional golf tournaments, golf magazines, and key social media promotion. Our key metrics are the number of subscriptions, the number of sales of clubs, retention of customers, and data recommendation accuracy.
Our cost structure is fairly simple, revolving around three main categories: inventory, website, and our customers. We will have to maintain our inventory so that our customers have access to the latest and greatest clubs in any modification that they would like. We also need to factor in the shipping for each item to the customer. The website. The website and the app will need to be continually updated and maintained. We will also need to research and improve our data and club suggestions for each customer, so that each customer is getting the specific and professional recommendation that they are paying for. For our customer, we want our customers to feel special and in control of their purchasing decision. So we will need a dedicated care team to tend to their questions and cater to their unique experience. Our revenue streams will take two forms: our per-month subscription customers and the sale of golf club training aids. Our subscription plans will form into three tiers: the Eagle Plan, Birdie Plan, and the Par Plan. The Eagle Plan will be listed at $59.99 per month and offer the full service. Eagle Plan subscribers will have access to our swing trackers, golf clubs, data-driven suggestions and advice, and training aids. The Birdie Plan will be listed at $39.99 per month and include access to trial of any of our golf clubs and training aids, as well as the ability to input their swing data to be given club suggestions. The Par Plan is listed at $19.99 and includes access to only our training aids. We understand that most golfers will not be in the market to purchase a golf club or need a swing tracker for many consecutive months. So we implemented a pre-purchase package at a discounted rate. This package will offer 1 month of the Eagle Plan, 1 month of the Birdie Plan, and 1 month of the Par Plan. Our goal for this package is to give our customers swing data and club suggestions in the first month so the customer will understand their swing better, ability to continue to try clubs in the second month, and hopefully purchase the clubs that they are most satisfied with. And in the third month, they will be able to improve their swing and find fulfillment in the clubs that they chose.
Our ultimate goal at Swing Golf Service is to revolutionize the golf club purchasing experience. We seek to create a meaningful and fulfilling experience, void of any sales reps, buyer's remorse, and heavy fees. We want to give our customers the opportunity to make the best purchasing decision based on their data and their own experience. Find your perfect golf club with Swing Golf Service.
All righty, 5 minutes for the judges.
So as a golfer and a person who runs a golf course, how much interaction did you have with a golf course? Like, did you have any, or did you just talk to golfers? Or I just wonder what kind of feedback you got from those who may be running an organization or a small club.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. We didn't look at a lot of like you're saying, the country club owners or uppers in a golf course, but we did talk to a lot of golf store managers, retail, stuff like that, along with just normal golfers.
Did you feel like that you could team up? See, I could see you teaming up with a golf course like ours, where our members come in and they use your service, and that's where you'll get your customers right there. Right. I didn't know if you had looked at that at all.
We thought about something like that. The main thing that kept us away from that is a lot of golf courses have sponsorships already with clubs and brand manufacturers. And so that kept us from, I guess, pursuing that route. But obviously, maybe that's not completely.
No, man, go for it. We're $1 million golf course. You'd be a perfect fit for something like that. So just open your eyes. I just want to open it and just say, hey,
Yeah.
because we don't sell golf clubs. So
Okay.
you would be a great, because they're too expensive to carry all that. We quit carrying clubs probably 8-9 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
So
That'd
yeah.
be great. Yeah. Every golf course that I have been a part of has sold golf clubs. So that wasn't necessarily an option that I even thought of, but that's awesome. Thank you.
Kip, I got a couple questions, more logistics questions. Being or attempting to be a golfer in life myself, you're going to deliver clubs to me. Am I getting multiple sets? Do I get one set to play at a time? Are these used clubs or are they new clubs when they arrive? You've got some damage issues. And then I guess looking at your revenue stream as well, you talked about purchasing. I mean, obviously you could sell advertising within your app to the club manufacturers as well. So, and they would buy your data for cavity backed versus, blades and for the data for the golfer that puts his swing in there. So you got a lot of good data points too, which I'm sure TrackMan and all that do the same thing on their app. But my point is, just to simplify it, what would I receive when I order clubs to test from you?
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate that. So if you signed up for the Birdie plan, which gives you access to golf clubs and training aids, you would have access to one item at a time, 2 times a month. So you can go on, you can order a tailor-made M1. The M1 comes in. Most likely it will be used by prior customers. You get to try it out. And if you don't like it, you send it back. You don't pay anything except the subscription, that monthly fee. And like you were saying, to other groups, there are liability factors with that. And so we plan to have strict, consent and agreement forms with, if you do damage the clubs, you are liable for that. Does that answer your question?
It does. Can I keep the one I get even if it's used, if I like it, or do you send the used one back and get a brand new one? Is there a choice there? Is it kind of?
Yeah, there definitely is a choice there. You can buy the used club at a discounted rate, like we mentioned. And if you would like a new club, that would also have a slight discount because of your subscription, but it would be a lot more closer to full price than the used one.
Gotcha.
Okay, so as a non-golfer, my question is the swing aids, the training aids, and the swing trackers based on the club I'm trying out?
So the swing tracker is sent to you so that we can understand your golf data. So your, ball speed, your club head speed, your smash factor. We can understand that and then send you club suggestions so that you have the choice to choose. And once you have the club that you like and have potentially purchased that, then we give you the option to trial training aids and golf swing aids to essentially perfect the club that you purchased to begin with.
Did you get any validation from any C2C people?
Yeah, so we interviewed over 45 people, and over 35 of them said that they would love to see this service. They would love to try it in some way, and that they do believe that it has potential and to be better than what is on the market right now.
So I do know someone who sells high-end golf clubs. That's all I know. But have you talked to golf club manufacturers? Is that part of your test? Did I miss that?
We haven't talked to golf club manufacturers per se, but we have talked to retail shop owners and managers, and they like the idea, they like the sound of it. But of course, this service is, in a way, can be a potential replacement for them. So they were wary of that.
I would also add that you could, and I know people hate suggestions when it's the first time someone's heard their presentation. I would think with the swing tracker, you could also make golf ball suggestions. Pro VX versus Pro V, hard top flight versus something with a little bit more softness to it. Because I think the person you're looking for is either two things: is either the highly, equipment focused golf, aficionado that wants the new club, the new thing, or somebody who's starting out and just saying, I don't have a clue. I want to use technology to try these. They probably have no idea about how they hit a golf ball and the difference in a golf ball. the average person, they don't know the difference in a golf ball and how it can change your game. So I would say you could add that in there as part of the test, and that'd be a cheap ad too. This is an idea.
That's precisely, you nailed our customer segments there.
Yeah. One more. All right. Now comes the real technical issue part of the presentation, is whether or not I can get the breakout rooms to work correctly. Sharon.
I could not submit my one. There was one, and it was for Fromy.
Okay, one sec. We're not in the breakout room yet. All right. Sharon, will you jump into the breakout room, please? All right. One sec.
Okay. Samantha, would you please help me here? Are we in the waiting room? I'm a little confused here.
I think he created a separate breakout room for the judges.
Okay, so the rest of us should remain here. Only the judges left.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Let's see.
I asked him if he wanted to put the contestants into the waiting room, but he just went ahead and made his own breakout room.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was the way I thought we would do, but this works too. Thank you, Sam. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, Samantha.
Okay, I was not able to unmute myself before. Sorry about that. Thank you, Sam.
All right, so we have people in the waiting room. We can let them in this room then. That's where I got confused. So everybody doing okay? You're glad your presentation completed? No, guess everybody is taking a break. That's totally fine. Judges might need a few minutes because we had so many strong teams this afternoon. Yeah, thank you for your patience. Cannot unmute, okay. Maybe Dr. Gentry did that on purpose, but let me see what I can do.
Okay, that works.
Okay.
Yeah, if anyone has anything to say, just put it in the chat so I'll unmute you.
Yep.
All right.
I think everybody is on a break, Dr. Gentry.
No problem. We're all back now. We had to do the breakout rooms the old-fashioned way, which was I went over to Clay's office and we met with the judges there. Because if I put myself in the breakout room, all the breakout rooms closed. All right, so you feel like we're good, Tone?
Did you receive the file I sent to you? Would you like to use it?
No, we're fine. I'll just go. I'm gonna have to edit that file if I open it. It's fine. It's good.
Okay.
Now. All right. So welcome back, everybody. So we're still live. So I appreciate the delay and I apologize for it. We'll go ahead and allow everybody to unmute themselves. But first off, thanks very much and congratulations. So for even the folks that are at UM or some other school, the donor that sponsors the fall events, who has been very generous, actually, in spite of the pandemic. And we're going to use the money that we have left over. We're going to use it to sponsor scholarships to all participants in the final round, regardless of whether or not you won. For those who were following on the website or social media, there are actually two events held today. One was the business model competition, which we've been doing all morning. And the other was the Land Shark Pitch competition. So this was a new variation on the pitch competition for us. This year, we opened it up to anyone in the any college student in the country who wanted to submit a 1-minute pitch could. We culled through and sent the pitches to some judges on Monday. Those judges returned to us the best 5. Those best 5 have been up on the web, and we've been promoting through social media / friends for the last 2 or 3 days. After voting through 1,000 people, Mr. Nestor Delgado was the one who got the most first place votes. So congratulations to him. There's a $1,000 scholarship for winning the 2020 Land Shark Tank pitch competition. It's a long name, but it's on brand. Nice, John. Very good. So moving into the final then, the business model competition at the University of Mississippi, which is also the MidSouth qualifier for the global business model competition, has 2 prizes. One is for the best overall plan or sort of entry, as it were. And the other one is for the best entry from the University of Mississippi. And the winner of both of those is a entry called Fromy. So congratulations to Ms. Gibbons. She wins both awards. It's to promote and support roommate matching. The workout was more or less unanimous through the judges. All the judges had good thoughts on all the entries, so you can anticipate an email from us that'll have their feedback, their comments. We are also more than happy to make and serve as the network between you two. So if a student team would like to come back and get some feedback, or if a judge would like to offer some more directed comments towards or facilitate a meeting with any of the student teams, we're more than happy to stand in the middle and help make that happen. None of these competitions could work without the generous support of our judges. Thank you very much for taking time out of your afternoon to come and work with us. And thank you very much for the enthusiasm and the commitment shown by the students. There was a lot of work put into these presentations. You've been sitting with it now all morning, and we really, really appreciate your dedication and interest. students, we have in the spring an even bigger competition, which is for the Gillespie Business Plan competition. That's a $10,000 first prize, and we have several prizes for best technology, best spirit, best hustle. We would encourage every student to participate in that. Tell your friends and come participate. We're open to everybody, and we have an entrepreneur in residence in the form of Mr. Blake Dubinsky that can work with any student on campus, no matter how developed your idea is. So be safe during the pandemic. Thank you so much for competing and participating. Couldn't do it without you, and I hope you've enjoyed the experience. Hotty toddy.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thanks, Rich. Hope to see you guys next year.
Hey, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Leonard.
I'll be back. Damn it, I need to buy my Obie's catfish or I'm going to lose my mind. My wife won't let me do it. It's the only time I can get it is in catering for this thing. Need my fried food fix. But thanks, Ryan. These were great. Fantastic entrance all around. Once again.
Yeah, thank you guys for hosting. Take care.
Thank you.
Oh, and Tone will follow up with you about transfer to your foundation.
Yes, Bria. Great work.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, Ms. Gibbons, Tone will follow up with you. We need your student number, and we'll send transfer to your Bursar account. If you run into some problems, we have some workarounds, but should be okay.
We're still running